It is time for your Week 4 recap, and as we get going, we're going to start off with the star of the week, which is G. She joins Elite Company as one of 3 players to score over 200 points, which includes myself and Billy. Much like myself and Billy, when we scored over 200 points, she didn't even play her best lineup, which shows how elite her team was this week. I will say that the over 200 points led to the biggest blowout as she crushed me by over 60 points. So a big tip of the cap to you, G. Moving down the lineup, we found out that, or Kevin found out that it pays to have a Gay on your team, as Matt Gay brought him from a come-from-behind victory on Monday night, scoring 9 points, securing a 3-point victory against Gary. Once again, proving that having a good kicker and a Monday night player can be for your benefit. Moving down, we had Will beat Prego by 13 points this week, and just league challenge for everybody. Can someone score more than 140 points against Will? It is actually insane how little points have been scored against Will this year, as he has by far had the least amount of points. In fact, if he played Tyler, who has the least amount of points scored so far, every single week, he still would have more points against him than is currently scored against Will at this point. Now, to be fair, Will does have the 3rd most points scored so far behind myself and G, but still, it's getting absolutely ridiculous, and Will's defense cannot keep holding on. Moving further down, we had Parker run away in the matchup against Tyler. Starting in the London game, Parker scored a bunch of points and really never gave Tyler a chance. Moving on down, we had Todd beat Mac, which is, I don't want to say the equivalent of kicking a dog when it's down, more like beating a cripple with its own cane, as Mac's team is injured and depleted. And then finally going down, we had Quack beat Flynn so bad that Flynn is finally accepting his fate and changed his team name to When Life Gives You Lemons. Flynn, unfortunately, Kyle Pitts with the 2nd round pick was not the move this year, as once again, your defense scored the most points for you this week. Looking forward to next week, we have a couple of interesting matchups, including Quack going against myself, who, Quack took a direct shot at me with his, team name this week, but that's okay. He's going to keep changing his team names despite winning. He's eventually going to find one that loses, and he's going to go down a bad path. Moving on down, we have Gary and Parker, who are completely down in the middle of the pack matchup, as we have the 6 going against the 7. And then we also have the underdog story of the week, as Todd is attempting to go against Will. Will is in sole possession of first place as the only undefeated team, and Todd, finally getting his first win, is ranked at number 10 right now. Can Todd be the one that finally brings down Will's tyranny, or will keep prevailing? It would also be ironic, as Todd, I believe, has the 2nd least points scored, if he's finally the one to break the 140 barrier against Will's squad. Moving on down, we have the matchup of the week, which is between G and Kevin, who are 2nd and 4th respectively. Both teams have been putting up points every single week, as this is the 3-1 versus 3-1 matchup to look out for. Moving on down, we have Prego, who is started very strong going against, Flynn, who is not been doing very well. But Prego has lost 2 in a row, and this leaves Flynn an opportunity to finally get his first win. And if he does get that first win, the matchup he needs to look out for is the losers matchup of the week, which is between Tyler and Mac. Because Flynn has outscored both of these teams, and they're both 1-3. If Flynn was able to get his first win, that means he will most likely move in front of Tyler and Mac in the standings and be 11th instead of 12th. Actually, correction, Mac has 10 more points than Flynn. So Flynn, if you outscore Mac by 10 and Mac loses, then you move up to 11. Otherwise, tough tomatoes and you're still in 12th. First games tonight, we have, Indianapolis against Houston, I want to say. Either way, both teams suck. You shouldn't have any players on either one of those teams. No, it's against Denver. I feel like we've had a lot of Denver primetime matchups. That can't be right. No, it's Denver. Why is Denver always on primetime? They suck. Regardless, the point still stands. You shouldn't have any players on either of those teams. But set your lineups, and good luck in week 5.